Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wispin here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about this Friday's updates. While we don't have that much to showcase, we do have a few pretty cool things. So like always, if you guys have any ideas for next week's updates, make sure to go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I do actually read every single comment for about the first week that these videos go live, so if you have any ideas, leave them on the latest weekly update video, and that is the best way to get your suggestion into the actual server. With that being said, this week we actually went ahead and added back Wondertrade. So if you don't know what Wondertrade is, basically you can type the command /WT, a slot number, so 1 through 6, depending on which Pokemon you want to Wondertrade from your party. So I'm going to do 4, and then you can go ahead and actually confirm that by typing the Pokemon's name. So that is a Phanpy. So Wondertrade for Phanpy. And you see there, we got ourselves a Swablu from the Wondertrade. It just gives you a random Pokemon, and that confirmation is just to make sure that you're actually trading the correct Pokemon, because in the past, we've actually had some issues with people trading the wrong Pokemon. Even when there was a confirmation message, and it was just like Wondertrade for confirm, people still sometimes traded the wrong Pokemon. So it requires you to type out the Pokemon's name now, and that should prevent any issues. So the next thing on the list is actually that tournaments are back. So we had a few weeks of downtime, but they're back, and you can actually see here on the screen, these are the times for this weekend's tournaments. So we are doing OU tournaments, and that is based on Smogon's rules. If you're not familiar with that rule set, you can actually find links to all of the different information that you need in the tournaments text channel on our Discord. If you aren't in our Discord already, make sure to go ahead and join. We have over 13,000 members. It's a really cool community, and you can go ahead and check out the tournament information there. Now, the winners are actually going to get $10 of store credit for every single player that enters the tournament. So if 30 people enter, then the prize pool will have $300 for that server. That is going to be per server, and that is also going to be split between the 3 winners. Gold's tournament will take place at 2 p.m. EST on Saturday, April 6th, so tomorrow when I'm uploading this video, and then Silver and Crystal's tournaments will take place the next day on April 7th at 10:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. respectively. So one other thing is Gen 7 TMs have been added to the server. This was highly requested, and we actually added in Oroville, Brutal Swing, and Smart Strike. I believe those 3, so Oroville, Brutal Swing, and Smart Strike, those are the only TMs that were added in Generation 7. If I am wrong on that, make sure to go ahead and send me a message over on Discord, or leave a comment down below so that we can get that updated and fixed. But they have all been added to the store, so you can get those moves if you weren't able to previously. So the next change is actually more of a test rather than an update or any sort of fix. We are actually testing allowing AFK machines on the server. Now what this means is for the next week, so this is really important to keep in mind, you will be allowed to use AFK machines on the server, and at that point we're actually going to have a poll. So next Friday, which should be, let me actually go ahead and check really quick, Friday, April 12th, we will have a poll which will allow you guys to vote on if you want to keep AFK machines in the game or if you want to continue to keep them banned. So you guys will have the ultimate decision at the end of the week, as long as there's really no major effects of having them, but I think it should be okay. We've made some changes to the server that actually should make it perfectly fine. So if you guys don't know, that's how you build an AFK machine. They're really helpful for hatching eggs if you just want to do it while you're not actually active, and you'll be able to just run in circles around this thing. Now, of course, there's actually pretty frequent Pokemon wipes, and there's also pretty frequent server restarts, so even if you are AFK, you will end up getting kicked out of the server eventually, and most of the Pokemon around you will get cleared. So I don't think that's really going to be a major issue, but like I said, we're testing this for 1 week, and then we'll have a poll either on Discord, probably actually on the YouTube community tab, because that's just the easiest place to do a poll, and you guys will be able to vote whether to keep or remove the AFK machines. So you can use them for a week up until next Friday, but then you're going to have to pay attention to that poll and pay attention to the Discord announcements, because you may have to remove your AFK machine. And if we end up deciding that we want to continue to keep them banned after this week, then that means that anyone that still has one after probably a few days will end up getting those punishments. So just be careful, pay attention to the announcements, and make sure that you guys don't build an AFK machine and keep it if we end up actually overturning this and making it against the rules again. So I know that wasn't really too many updates. That's really all we have this week. We actually also did some daycare bug fixes, so daycare evolution should work again, as well as a few other small minor changes to the daycare. And I've actually gone ahead and increased the rate that you actually obtain eggs. So the maximum egg wait time is actually decreased. So the maximum amount of time between eggs is lower. While the rates are still pretty similar to what they were before, you shouldn't have to wait as long in those certain situations where you just get really unlucky and you're not ending up with an egg. I think the maximum wait time now is 30 minutes rather than 45 minutes. We also lowered the boss rate, and now this only affects regular bosses. So a few weeks ago, we actually increased it by 600%. I have now decreased it by 50%. So that does bring it to about a 300% increase over what it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. But it's still lower than it was for the last week or two. I feel like that's a good change and a fair change because they were super common and a lot of people were making a lot of money off the relics, which is good. But I thought it was just a little bit overpowered compared to the other money-making methods. And the last change that we actually made to the server this week is just some minor optimizations to Sponge. So if you don't know, Sponge is the API that we actually run the entire server on. Basically the back end of the server, we've just made some optimizations to make the server run smoother. So there should be less lag overall, and everything should just feel better when you're playing online. Less block lag and less just general lag. But yeah, that's it for this week. There wasn't really too much change, but we have a lot of stuff in the works and a lot of really cool updates planned for the next few weeks. So make sure to keep an eye out for those updates because I think they're going to be really awesome. We actually have like 4 or 5 different really major big updates planned for the next couple of months. So hopefully you guys enjoy those. Stay tuned to the channel to make sure that you don't miss any of those update videos. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.